Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I want to be bringing you a top 5 most important things for the new public update preview of Season 9. Remember that this public update preview is just a preview, things are still in development, so some things might change. Now there's a lot of other things that what has been put into this list, so if you want to go and read the full length of the new patch, then go check out the description below. I've put a link there for the public update preview, and of course you can also play with it yourself simply by downloading the beta for it. Coming in at number 5, my 5th most anticipated change for this patch is going to be the Palisade wall nerfs. So if you don't know, Palisade walls are built incredibly fast and they slow down games so much. And so what we're seeing now is the Palisade wall build time is being increased to 8 seconds from 4 seconds. And for Roost Palisade walls, they're also being increased to 8 seconds from only 3 seconds. Now, this is incredibly important because a lot of the times when we talk about Palisade walls and just walling in general, it can be a very small amount of resources that can have a huge effect on the mobility of your army and the way that the game is going to play out. You can see turtley games. It doesn't take a lot to slow the game down. We're now seeing a villager being out on the field for a longer time, being vulnerable for a longer time, and that means that it's going to be easier to find these villagers and kill them. It's harder to wall up, it's harder to play defensive, and so this change is really important. As we can see here, the build time is incredibly slow compared to the faster one that we saw before. So just watch out for this change. It's going to be quite a lot more time that you have to spend on building your palisades. Coming in at number 4 is the early grenadiers, available now in the Castle Age compared to the current Imperial Age grenadiers, unlocked with the Ming Dynasty for the Chinese and as a generic late game unit for the Shuxi Legacy. The unit itself has been made more responsive with a faster aim time reduced from 0.5 to 0 seconds and a reload time increased from 0.75 to 125. So this makes the unit a lot easier to kite with. It's better now in fights. But we're also seeing with the early grenadier that's unlocked in the Castle Age for Shuxi's Legacy, a unit that is really good at dealing with these masses of units, and it also has a special upgrade called hard cased bombs. This gives 2 bonus to light infantry, and it costs 100 food and 150 gold, also available in the Castle Age. I'm really excited about this unit. I think it's going to make Shuxi's Legacy a lot more interesting when it comes to those mid-game fights. Coming in at number 3 is the brand new graphs that we've been introduced to with this new public update preview. So currently we are only able to view how many resources have been floating at certain stages of the game, as we can see here. But now we're able to view the total amount of resources at any given time during a game that's been gathered simply by showing 2 different lines and then projecting them. As people now gather more and more resources, you can then see, okay, here's when the second TC pays off, or here is when somebody had an economy hit. And this is really good for us if we want to analyze our games in more depth. And so I'm really looking forward to this change, as it's going to provide a clearer picture of how the resource differences were with different civilizations and different maps and different matchups, and then how that plays out. So really good change. I'm really looking forward to analyzing more games by using this. Coming in at number 2 is the Springle changes. Now, the Springle changes are part of a whole siege rework where mangonels, where bombards, where culverins and springles all change roles, and that means that springles will no longer be an anti-siege unit, it's going to be an anti-infantry unit. So anti-infantry, similar to the way that we've seen Scorpions in Age of Empires 2 be an anti-infantry unit with a pierce-through-like attack that isn't homing, that does damage to units behind the initial unit that it has fired at. And so while the Springles that we know now that work as an anti-siege unit always will hit the targets that they're firing at, that will no longer be the case. They will be cheaper, they will be effective against infantry, not siege. Instead, you'll have to take out siege now with bombards, with horsemen, with melee, and even archers. The technology is finally here. We have pause button functionality in Age of Empires 4. This is to me one of the most exciting changes going into Season 9, and I really look forward to be able to pause my games. Sometimes I'm at my door and I have to go and pick up a package. Sometimes I have a call. Sometimes there's some things that is IRL that we need to attend to, and with that pause button functionality, we will be able to do so. Now, this will of course depend on our opponent as well, so good etiquette is required. It's important that we already now start talking about how we're going to go about this. I would assume that we would go about it as in any other title where people say pause please, maybe describe what they're going to be pausing for, and then getting back into the game with a are you ready, or 3, 2, 1 type of scenario, and then we will finally be able to start multiplayer games without having to think about investing 20-30 minutes every single time where we cannot go away from our PC. Now, that's going to be it for me in terms of my top 5 of the most interesting things, or things that I anticipate the most going into Season 9 from the public update preview. I would like to hear about what you guys think. What are you most excited about in the comment section below? Let's see it. I really want to hear if you guys are most excited about the new Siege rework, or if you're looking more into the new units, the new technologies, maybe the Ottoman rework. We're seeing a whole new Vizier system there that I didn't even talk about in this video, and that's also very, very exciting. Just because it didn't make this video doesn't mean that I'm not anticipating it as well. Just trying to cramp everything into this is so difficult. Again, let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys in the next one.